This production was brought to you by Thomas Weig. Macbeth by William Shakespeare. Macbeth is a fictional character who starts in a high position and ends in a low position. In literature and in real life, we have a name for that, a tragic hero. But what qualities in particular define a tragic hero, and what exactly makes Macbeth one? Macbeth was a king of Scotland in the darkest of Shakespeare's plays of the same name. Written in 1606, Shakespeare bended the facts of history to make the ancestors of James I appear more likable and respectable. It was used as a political tool to strengthen the ties of Shakespeare's group with that of the King of England, something good for a striving player of the 17th century. In our story, Macbeth starts off as the Thane of Glamis, and has just won an impressive battle. We learn that he was extremely successful in suppressing the rebellion led by the Thane of Cawdor, so was given the title Thane of Cawdor. At the height of his power, we begin to see the madness take over. He speaks with witches, sees ghosts, and hallucinates periodically. He commits regicide, along with Lady Macbeth, killing King Duncan of Scotland. Slowly, his madness induces people who once admired him to believe that he is a tyrant, after he murders anyone who may pose a threat to him, sending others into exile. Our character Macbeth meets three witches, who tell him to beware Macduff. He will not fall until Birnam Wood comes to Dunsinane Hill, and he shall not be killed by man of woman born. Macbeth is given a false sense of security, causing him to act rashly, lose the battle, and be beheaded in the same fashion he beheaded the Thane of Cawdor in the beginning of our story. Macbeth starts in an extremely high place, a state of arete, Thane of two provinces of Scotland, possibly in line for the kingship. He is loved by all and renowned as a famous warrior. He has just proven his abilities in battle by defeating the Thane of Cawdor. Duncan, the King of Scotland, loves him like a son and treats him almost as well as his own sons, Malcolm and Donalbain. If our story ended there, Macbeth would have been a classic hero and this play would be a comedy. However, unfortunately for Macbeth, it didn't. Slowly, he is manipulated further and further by prophecies and greed, and madness begins to take over. Macbeth begins to show signs of hubris, arrogance, and pride, after the witches begin to tell him of his destiny to become king. While tempted with dreams of becoming king, he wavers in his intentions of killing the king, but his wife, Lady Macbeth, decides that Macbeth needs to become king. Lady Macbeth fuels this feeling of pride, and causes Macbeth to act upon it. He commits ate, rash actions caused by arrogance. He kills King Duncan first, which begins a slow descent into chaos and tyranny. He continues to do so throughout the play, killing off people who pose no threat to him and are of no strategic importance. He further commits more acts of ate. His nemesis, or downfall, happens when he is slain by Macduff and Malcolm is crowned king.